Hey guys, what is going on? Elliot here. Welcome back to another episode of The Fragrance Well. That's right. Welcome back to the ever-ending well of fragrances. What do we got here? Got 10 scents here that will work at pretty much any time. So 10 whenever you want to wear them fragrances, put them on, they'll work for you. What 10 do I have here? Well, we got a mix of some niche. We got a couple of designers here. These fragrances will work at any occasion, at work, in the office, at the gym, night out, just casually. And who doesn't love a fragrance that you pretty much can wear at any time, and also will be mass appealing, will be pleasing to those whose nose it graces when they walk by you or in your presence. Let's get into it. All right, let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into it. So, what's the first one on this list? Well, let's just get one of the obvious ones out of the way. This is Sauvage from Dior. This is the EDP, which I think is the best concentration. Yep, Sauvage EDP. Sauvage is talked about ad nauseum. Some people love it, some people hate it, but at the end of the day, the scent works. You have to call it what it is. The scent does work at any occasion. You just dial the sprays up or down depending on what the occasion is. Sauvage was one of the earliest fragrances in my collection. It might have been the second or third. I had heard of Sauvage when I started collecting, but I had never owned it. When I smelled it, when I purchased it, it did come off as a little bit familiar. Maybe I had smelled somebody else that was wearing it, who knows. First time I wore this though, I did get a compliment, and it wasn't a direct compliment. I just saw the person's reaction when they smelled me, and it was overwhelmingly positive. So it is a compliment getter. So you pretty much cannot go wrong if you're wearing Sauvage. Moving right along, since we're talking about Christian Dior fragrances, we might as well talk about the next one on the list. That is Dior Homme. This is the 2020 edition. Dior Homme, the 2020 edition. Now I know this fragrance apparently got a lot of hate when it first came out because it's so different from the original version of Dior Homme. I can't speak to that because I was not collecting fragrances at that time and had never smelled the original Dior Homme with the iris. However, I do have Dior Homme Intense, and that was a blind buy, and I absolutely loved it, so I imagine I'll like Dior Homme Original, which I do plan on getting at some point. That being said, this one here, you can't deny its ease of use. A nice, fresh, woody scent. Pretty much done in the very modern, woody style of scents that are just easy to wear. They'll work for any situation. Very safe for the office. Great for a night out. Compliment getter. Last a good long time, especially on my skin. I get actually pretty awesome performance off of this. Projects pretty nicely as well. It's not a room filler per se, but if you spray it on heavy enough, it can be a little overwhelming. Just a great scent that you can wear at any time, any occasion, and it will get the job done. All right, next up, we got a couple of Chanel fragrances here. Great thing about Chanel fragrances is in general, they are very easy to wear. They're all very classy, very fresh, very clean, work for a lot of situations. And this one is definitely no exception to that rule. This is Bleu de Chanel. This is the Parfum concentration, but any Bleu de Chanel will work in this list. Work for any occasion. The Parfum version happens to be my favorite. I love what they did with this one, how they turned the citruses down and kind of ramped up the woods. Many would probably make an argument that this one is probably a little bit better for like cooler weather, but you can wear it in warmer weather too. You just have to dial the sprays back. Maybe it wouldn't work so well in just absolute blazing summer heat, but even then, you dial the sprays back, it'll work. Very easy to wear for any situation. Definitely will get you compliments. Great for the office, great for a night out, great for casual wear. Some of the notes that might stand out the most in this one is going to be sandalwood and cedar. Like I said, they turn the citruses down in this one. That's more prominent in the Eau de Toilette and the Eau de Parfum version. But you still have them here. You still have a nice, fresh, poppy opening. It's just much more woody throughout the life of the fragrance. This one is very pricey. I actually did buy mine at full retail because getting a Chanel fragrance at a discounted rate is pretty much impossible. Even at these retailers that have promotions, you always can see in the footnotes that Chanel is excluded from these promotions. So this one is a little pricey, but to me this is the best one. I think it's worth it. Check it out if you haven't already. That's Bleu de Chanel, the Parfum version. All right, so the next Chanel fragrance is one that honestly doesn't get a lot of attention these days. That's just because it's been out a while and it's just not the most popular of the line, but this is Chanel Allure Homme. Chanel Allure Homme, and my mouth is getting all big in the back of the bottle there, but you know, whatever. This is just a beautiful scent. I'd say this is masterpiece level. It's just a very well done, very well balanced scent. It's very classy, very gentlemanly, fresh, clean. The rose really stands out in this one, so I kind of consider this a rose scent, but it's not overwhelmingly powerful rose scent. It's just one of the notes that just kind of stands out compared to the rest of them. You got a little bit of sweetness, but it's not like cloyingly sweet. It's just nicely balanced. The woods there just provide a nice strong base without it just being too woody. Like I said, just an overly balanced scent that people will enjoy when they smell it, and it works for any occasion. Biggest drawback with this one is the performance. It does not perform that well, but honestly, it's just not a scent that's meant to be like a beast mode scent. It's not meant to project really heavily. Kind of like most Chanel scents. They're just meant to kind of fill your space and be pleasant to those who get close enough and kind of draw them in a little bit. Very well done scent. Glad I picked up a bottle of this. Once again, that's Chanel Allure Homme. All right, so next up, let's move on to some niche scents here. I got a scent here that's actually quite similar to Chanel Allure Homme in its style and how it comes across, mostly because it also features a note of rose, and the rose is one of the more prominent notes in this fragrance, but it's not a clone. It definitely does its own thing, but I think it's a really good scent that can work in any situation. This is going to be from the house of Arabian Oud. This is Arabian Night. Arabian Night. This scent here is, even though it's from the house of Arabian Oud, this was one of the ones they have that does not have oud or does not feature a note of oud, which they have plenty of them that don't. This one has a beautiful note of lemongrass in the opening, and it just gives it this kind of fresh pop that is just so pleasant, but it's not like cloying. It's just very smooth. The cinnamon is not too overbearing in here, but you could say this is kind of a spicy, fresh, floral, sweet fragrance. The sweetness in here is very mellow, very well balanced, and it just makes it for a very pleasant wearing experience that will work in any situation. People would smell this and they will definitely not be offended. They think it smells very classy, very clean, a little bit of sweetness to it, just a little bit of spiciness. That little bit of spice from the cinnamon just gives it a little bit more of a pop to it, makes it work maybe in slightly cooler situations. I actually ordered this directly from Arabian Oud's site, so I don't know if there's a better place to get it. The scent has been out for a while, but I think it's just a beautiful scent that can work in any situation. Check it out if you haven't already. If you get a chance, there's a couple of Arabian Oud boutiques around the country. Maybe you're close to one, you can check one out. I actually went to one in Houston. Great experience just seeing what everything they have to offer, smelling oud wood chips being burned right there. Something I never thought I'd experience because, you know, it's just not something you would find in the States that often, but check it out if you can. Once again, Arabian Oud, this is Arabian Night. All right, got another niche fragrance for you here. This one is coming from the house of Bond number 9, and it is the Scent of Peace. The Scent of Peace. I unfortunately do not have the 100 ml bottle, so I don't have the bow tie on it. It's unfortunate, but you know, it is what it is. This scent here is, I would classify it as a fruity, fresh, and woody fragrance. People are gonna compare this one here to Aventus. Let me just say that it is not like Aventus. It definitely does its own thing. The closest thing that they're gonna use to compare it with it is like the pineapple note, but to me this one comes off as more of a juicy, fruity fragrance compared to, you know, what Aventus is. I can't speak to older formulations of Aventus, but this one definitely does its own thing. All that being said, this is a very easy fragrance to wear. You can just definitely wear this one anywhere as well, which is the whole point of this video. Really works well in warmer situations, but great for the office. You can wear this at a night out, you know, probably more of a daytime fragrance, but you can definitely wear this at night out and it won't be a problem. People are gonna like the way this smells because of the freshness and the cleanliness to it, along with the fruity nature of the pineapple. I actually need to wear this one a lot more this year. I wore it a couple of times last year when I got it, but I kind of focused on some other stuff. But I'm definitely going to give this one more wears this year. And like I said, it can work in any situation, including work, which is when I would probably wear it more. Once again, this is Bond number 9, the Scent of Peace. Great fragrance for wearing at any occasion and any time. All right, continuing on with the list and going back to a designer here, we've got from Hermes, Terre d'Hermes. This is the Eau de Toilette Terre d'Hermes. Also known as what I like to call Team Bitter Orange, and I am all about Team Bitter Orange. Yes, very well known as a vetiver scent with orange and Flintstone, with a very rooty, kind of earthy feel to it. Definitely not for everyone, to be fair. It's definitely not one of the easiest ones to wear compared to a lot of the other ones on this list, but all I know is it is a very classy scent. It does garner compliments, believe it or not. I mean, it won't be everybody's favorite, but at the same time, I don't think it's necessarily off-putting to the majority of people. You can wear this in a variety of situations, a variety of temperatures. Maybe not the best thing for absolute blistering summer. Then again, a lot of stuff isn't the greatest for blistering summer, but dial down the sprays a little bit, it can still work. People have classified this as a modern masterpiece. I completely agree. I absolutely smell it again. Yeah, I absolutely love this scent. First time I smelled it, I was all on board. Vetiver was not a scent that was hard for me to get used to. I liked it instantly, and I was like, how have I been missing out on this all my life? But I definitely enjoy it now, especially with this one. I really want to get the Pure Parfum version. I think that one's just elevates it to another level of class, just richens it up a little bit, but still keeps true to what Terre d'Hermes is and what made it such a popular scent at the community. Once again, another scent that you can definitely wear in a variety of situations and will work for you. That is Terre d'Hermes from Hermes. All right, moving right along. Now, in my humble opinion, you can't have an everyday wear it anywhere type of scent if you don't have at least one iris scent. Iris is one of those notes, in my opinion, that definitely can work in a variety of situations, particularly when it's the soapy, clean type of iris, which we all know the brand that does that very well. That is Prada, and this is Prada L'Homme. Prada L'Homme. Yep, soapy, clean, powdery, fresh iris here is the name of the game with this one. The perfect office scent, in my opinion. It smells like a CEO's private soap blend in his executive bathroom or something. That's the way I describe it. Just a great, clean, easy to wear scent. It's inoffensive. It actually has pretty decent performance, in my opinion. I don't know how everybody else does with it, but I think it actually performs on my skin pretty well. When I spray it on, it's uplifting. It does garner compliments. Wear it in daytime, wear it at nighttime. The scent will work. Give it a try if you haven't already. This is Prada L'Homme. All right, next up, we got one that pretty much is guaranteed to make the list when you're talking about a scent that you can wear at any time. That's gonna be from the house of Giorgio Armani, and that's Acqua Di Gio. And in this case, I'm featuring Profumo. Acqua Di Gio Profumo. Yeah, if you've been in the fragrance community for any amount of time, you know, if you know, you know, right? Yeah. I'm gonna admittedly say that I am not the biggest Acqua Di Gio fan, and that is mainly because aquatics are my least favorite type of fragrance. It's not that I hate them, I'm just not as pleased with them as much as I am other styles of scents. That being said, the addition of the patchouli and the incense in this one definitely takes it to a level where I'm like, yeah, I can rock with this one, and frankly, I'm glad I have it. If I were gonna only have one Acqua Di Gio in my collection, it would be this one. And most importantly, it works in any occasion. This one is a compliment getter. It performs well, projects nicely, can work for daytime and nighttime, can work at the office, can work for a night out. I mean, it is what it is, man. It's Acqua Di Gio Profumo. That is a modern day classic and seems to be everyone's favorite for a reason. Yeah, I put this one on the back burner for a long time, and it just got to a point where I'm like, yeah, I need to just go ahead and pick this up because it performs nicely on my skin. It's just easy to wear. It's a grab and go. Also, just like, hey, a fragrance you can wear with intent. Like, hey, I want to smell great tonight or today. This one will get that job done. This is Acqua Di Gio Profumo. All right, moving on to the last but not the least fragrance in this list. This is one of my favorites from the house of Amouage, which is one of my favorite fragrance houses. This is gonna be Reflection Man. If you know it, then you know it. Absolute masterpiece in my opinion. Beautiful scent, floral, sweet. This one just works great for any situation. It's a great great office fragrance, great for wearing it at night out, wearing it casually. The fragrance, it's just so classy, so well done. One of the ones that put the house on the map. One of the easiest ones to wear from the house. Great thing about this one is, this will kind of elevate your game in terms of scents that you can wear at any time, but it just kind of puts you a step above because it's just so classy, so well done. It just smells of a man who has got his stuff together, is well put together. My only biggest drawback with this scent, and this is just me personally, is unfortunately, it doesn't last that long on my skin, or at least not as long as I would like for it to, particularly compared to my other Amouage scents, which last all day and forever. This one, if I spray it heavily, I get maybe 7 hours max out of it. It's more like 6. I don't know why that is with my skin. It is what it is. I plan on trying the higher concentration Reflection 45 to see if that one lasts a little bit longer on my skin. But I still love to wear it. I don't mind respraying it. I love the opening. I love how it dries down. The sweetness in here is nicely balanced. It's not overly floral to where it comes off as a feminine scent. It's just a great, well done Amouage fragrance. Hats off to Amouage with this one. And it's a great fragrance that you can wear in a variety of situations. Once again, Amouage Reflection. If you haven't been able to check it out, do so. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for today. That was 10 fragrances that you can wear at any time and any occasion. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what fragrances you like to wear that work for you in any time and any occasion. Obviously, these things are subjective. If you like the video, feel free to like it and subscribe. And I will see you in the next edition of The Fragrance Well. Have a good one.